The Burris Fastfire 3. Let's check it out. What's going on, guys? Glock Guy 226. Tonight we're going to be checking out the Burris Fastfire 3. This is an optic I've had my eye on for quite some time for a few different reasons, which we will get into here in a minute. Before we get into that, I want to give Optics Planet a huge thank you for sending the Fastfire 3 out to the channel for testing and review. Great people over there. They actually made me a discount code, which I will link below in the description, so you guys can save a little bit of money on your order. It shows them that you guys are seeing my videos, so it works out for everybody. Now, I want to talk about this setup just a little bit, and then we will dive up close and get more into the Fastfire 3 itself. So this is my Benelli M4. If you guys watch my channel, you've probably seen this gun. It's definitely one of my favorite guns. Now, I've been looking for an optic to put on this Benelli M4, at least for the past few months. When doing so, I had to find an optic that was going to be rugged, reliable. It was just going to have to take a beating. Being on a semi-auto 12 gauge, running all that buckshot, slugs, pheasant loads, it's going to have to put up with some abuse. One thing that really stood out to me about the Burris Fastfire 3, yes, there's reviews out there on it. There are some positive, I've heard some negative, but all in all, it just sparked an interest with me. You see tons of Vortex optics out there. You see tons of Trijicon optics out there. And yes, there's a lot of Burris's out there too, but there wasn't quite as much as the Vortex or Trijicons. So I thought this would be a really cool thing to test out on the M4. You can find the Burris Fastfire 3s anywhere from $250 down to about $180 if you catch them on sale. I know Optics Planet just had them on sale for under $200, which is an amazing deal for the quality of this optic. Now, I chose to go with an 8 MOA dot. The Burris Fastfire 3 is offered in an 8 MOA dot version as well as a 3 MOA dot. Now, when you order the Burris Fastfire 3, you can order it with a Picatinny mount or without a Picatinny mount. One thing about the Burris Fastfire, it does have its own footprint, and what I mean by that is its own mounting system. So say you have a Burris Fastfire 1 and you bought like a Midwest Industries rail for your AK cut out for a Fastfire. You will be able to upgrade to the Fastfire 3 without having to change any of the mounting systems. So that is one cool thing about the Burris. Now, let's jump a little closer and really get in depth with the Fastfire 3. When you buy the Burris Fastfire 3, it's going to come in a box very similar to this. Nice box, decent presentation, gives you all your information you need right here in the instruction manual. So I'm not going to get into this. This is something where if you guys do your research, you'll be able to find out everything you want to find out about the Fastfire 3. Comes with a little cleaning cloth, a flathead screwdriver down here to adjust your windage and elevation, which is pretty neat. Now, it also comes with this hood for the actual optic. If you're going to mount this on your AR or even a shotgun like I have it, you can slip this little hood right over the optic, and it's going to keep it protected while giving you a decent sight picture still. I prefer to run it without that. I completely think this thing is rugged enough to handle just about whatever you want to throw at it. Now, an awesome feature about this Burris Fastfire 3, it has a bomb-proof warranty, and that's not only to the first-time buyer. Say I buy this optic, sell it to you, they will give you that complete warranty, no problem, no questions asked, no receipt needed. If this thing fails, Burris is going to take care of that for you. Now, as I mentioned, this is an 8 MOA dot, which is a little bit bigger than the 3 MOA dot version that is also offered. You'll just have to do your homework and see what's going to work best for your platform. What's really nice about the Fastfire 3, there's not buttons everywhere. It's just very, very simple. So when it comes to on-off, there is one button right here that's going to turn your optic on. Right now, I currently have the optic on auto adjust. I found that going from daytime to really bright lights, the auto adjust feature does work very well. So that is bright mode. Then we have like a medium type setting right there, a low type setting, and off. I found the button to have very positive clicks. You honestly have to mean to click it. I can't see this thing getting turned on and off or bumped out of whatever mode you want it on accidentally. Very positive click. You really have to mean to click it. Now, a few other great features about the Fastfire 3, battery location. And for a lot of people, this will be a huge selling point. Take the Trijicon RMR. Now, this thing is probably the top of the line when it comes to mini red dot sights. I'm not arguing the fact of that, but you do have to take this completely off the slide, turn it upside down to change the battery. Now, that really sucks. But with the Burris Fastfire 3, the battery is very easily accessible on top while leaving the optic mounted. The battery cap is also sealed with a rubber O-ring. Should be pretty waterproof. I wouldn't go out and sink this underwater. any more than you had to. I'd say for shooting in the rain, a situation like that, the Burris Fastfire 3 should be completely good to go. I have found from switching this, I actually ran this on my Benelli M4, which I'll roll in some footage. I then stuck it on my Arsenal Sam 7 SF, which is an AK, and then ended up going back to the Benelli M4. I just really liked it on that setup. I think this is a great optic for that setup. Windage and elevation settings are very simple to use, very easy to get to. Most of the time we're going to have something on us that can be used as a flathead to adjust the windage and elevation. Now the elevation is right here on top and the windage is right here along the side. Very positive clicks. I did not have any trouble at all sighting this thing in and having it keep a 0. Even being mounted on that 12 gauge, and that's really one of the reasons I put it on the Benelli M4. I wanted to see what kind of beating this thing could take. And guys, I don't have thousands upon thousands of rounds with this optic yet, but I did put about 225 rounds mixed of buckshot, slugs, birdshot. I even threw it on my AK for a little bit, but I went back to the Benelli M4. The Picatinny mount that Burris does offer, if you do choose to have it come with the mount, which even if you're going to throw this on like a Glock 19 MOS, something like that, and you don't need the mount, I would just go ahead and get it anyways. What if you do want to switch it to an AR or a shotgun one day? It's not the best mount in the world, obviously, but I do like how low profile it is and how low it will sit on that rail for you. Now when it comes to the actual glass, as you guys can see, it is color tinted on the outside. You will get a little bit of green, sometimes you'll get a little bit of orange from the front tint. Now it may be pretty dirty. I was out running it quite a bit, and I'm sure in the camera you guys will get a lot of reflection. I know you can see the dot right there, but guys, for the price point this sits at, this is a very, very quality red dot. Another thing I really liked about the Fastfire 3 compared to other micro red dots I have is the size of the window and the shape of the window. Now with the Trijicon RMR here on the right versus the Fastfire 3, you will see a difference in shape of the window. Now I do think Trijicon did the right thing by pretty much beveling these sides out, so if this optic were to be dropped, the glass in the middle is pretty much protected. Here on the Burris, it's more of a roundish feature, which a lot of optics in this category are the same way. But Burris is also a bomb-proof warranty, so if something did happen to that, which I think this is going to be a pretty tough overall optic, I really don't see there being too many issues with it. Burris will take care of it if something does happen. Fastfire 3 runs off of a CR1632 battery, and this is supposed to have anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 hours of battery life, depending on the setting you have it on. Which, guys, for the price of the battery, I really don't see that being too big of an issue. It's not going to be like some of its competitors, such as the Trijicon RMR, where this thing has a 4 to 5 year battery life. Now, another feature Burris puts on the Fastfire 3, which honestly, it's one of the cons in my opinion. It's not one of the best things about the Fastfire 3. It has an 8-hour runtime, which means if you leave this on for 8 hours, it's going to automatically shut that off. Now, for some guys, that's going to be a good thing. They may just, take this out to plink with whatever gun they have it on, and they shut their optics off when they throw the rifle in the safe. Well, for me, if you're going to use this on any type of defensive shotgun, rifle, pistol, it's probably best just to leave it on at all times. So if you choose to get this and throw it on a carry pistol, you're going to have to make sure and check that your red dot is in fact on if you are carrying this after 8 hours. Just something to be aware of. Now another feature that Burris Fastfire 3 offers is that little line in the back. Now if you can see on my Benelli M4 here, we run ghost ring iron sights. I hate to block those iron sights like that, but I do kind of like the fact that Burris has that little line in the back. It really helps me aim that line, the red dot, and my front sight up to kind of get for an iron sight effect. Say my red dot were to go down, I can honestly use that rear line on the Fastfire 3 along with the front sight and still get a decent sight picture. Here soon, I do plan on buying a pistol where I can actually run different red dots on them. My Glock 19, I have it cut for an RMR, so that's the only thing that it's going to run. I may get a Glock 19 MOS, maybe something in the Canic line that I can actually run a Burris, a Vortex, an RMR, whatever I want to with the different plates. So definitely be expecting to see this sight more on the channel. So the question you guys have been waiting for, is the Fastfire 3 worth the money? In my opinion, I think it is absolutely worth the $200 you're going to invest in it. Lifetime bomb-proof warranty, even if you were to sell it to a second party, you just can't beat that. Say I were to do a giveaway and give this optic away. I gave it to one of you guys, it breaks, Burris will completely replace it, no questions asked, no receipt needed. I just think that's a pretty stand-up thing to do. As for everything else, my experience with this optic on the Benelli here, running buckshot, slugs, pheasant loads, birdshot, I think it has stood up pretty well against all of those loads. I chose the M4 because I knew it was one of the guns that I did have that this optic would take a lot of a beating on. Now, I have seen guys throw cheap optics on semi-auto shotguns and they just do not hold up whatsoever. They might not even last 15 to 20 rounds of buckshot. So the Fastfire 3 definitely gets a pass in my book. I'm actually thinking about buying the Midwest Industries top rail cover for my Arsenal AK up there that fits the Burris Fastfire 3 to co-witness. I think that'd be a really cool setup, but we'll just have to see where we go with the Fastfire 3 in the future. Now, once again, I want to give Optics Planet a huge thank you for sending the Fastfire 3 out. Really stand-up company. And guys, go check out that discount code. At least go see what Optics Planet has to offer. They have a huge inventory of products. If you have any further questions about the Fastfire 3, or maybe you know a few things that I didn't mention, leave it down in the comments below. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Have a good night, guys.